Hi everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot and Astrology. No astrology today unless I get the guidance to just grab his chart and look. But anyway, this is Trump's weekly reading, His Rumpiness. As one of our dear friends here in our community, Charles Bartholomew, titled it. So I'm sticking with that. Anyway, it's for the week of the 12th to the 18th. So, without further ado, let me swap out cameras here and let's check in. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I am using Libby's deck from Maighster Tarot, and I'll try to remember to put a link in the description area. If I forget, you guys yell at me and I'll put it in the comments. But anyway, you can find it on Etsy if you like it. I am loving this deck. So anyway, let me tap into Trump for the week. Oh, goodness, this guy, I swear. He goes on saying, like, I am your, what did he say? I'm your warrior. Yeah, I'm your warrior. I'm your justice. I'm your retribution. Yeah, what? With a violent takeover? Yeah, just what we want is an autocratic dictator type society. Isn't that the reason we... well, never mind. I shouldn't go there. Okay. And Alvin Bragg, with this Stormy Daniels case, is coming after him. Of course he won't. There's no way he'd be dumb enough to testify. But, the case will still go forward. Okay. So I'm going to draw 21 cards. Bear with me. See what's coming up for Trump this week. Okay, right there. Okay. Fifteen. Oh, goodness. 2021. Get my hands on the cards. Okay, and then as usual, I will draw probably several off the bottom, but let's see what we have going on here. Okay. Oh, God. Interesting. Okay. So what he will be experiencing this week. Okay. Ooh. Maybe he's going to be wanting to get out of Dodge. Okay. So as you can see, these cards are very different from the Kipper or the Linnemon. But I'm still going to use the same technique to work through the spread. So the first few cards look to me like he has... well, what he's holding and carrying in his heart has to do with just gossip and lies and what he wants to put out towards people. But of course, it's going out in a way that is of magical thinking, is what I'm getting with this image here. That it's his cult followers that he's really trying to get to, right? Because all he does is speak to his followers, and it talks about things like, this is his big battle, his final battle. Well, you know what, dude? You didn't win in 2020, so why do you think you have a chance? But he's doing this. He's running as a way to, he's only running for president as a way to try and escape his past guilt in inciting an insurrection. He's a treasonous traitor. So, okay, looking at the four corners, he does have his network, or if you read this like Danny Shea does, the doggies that are just smelling their own butts, chasing their own tails. But the words here speak to science and networks, where he's not into science, but he does have his network of people who just love him. And I'm going to read this differently and just call them a fruit basket of crazies. And he's looking for new ideas, but maybe he's going to be painfully realizing that justice is coming for him quickly. There's a lot of something coming at him quickly. He's trying to get support. Yeah, he's just trying to get support from his base. But the problem is his base is crazy, and there's not enough of them to vote him in. That's the thing. And, you guys all know, if we did not have the Electoral College, which is such an archaic institution that shouldn't have, it needs to be gone, he wouldn't have even gotten in 2016 if it had not been for gerrymandering, redistricting, and the Electoral College. And even with that, it still didn't work for him in 2020. So, but anyway, just for him for this week, it looks to me like he's going to be experiencing some positive energy from those people that are his base. But maybe there's other positive angelic type of support that gets him out. There's anger. This is interesting here. Okay, so I have to look at this card right here in the center, because it's the center piece. It knights to something coming through really quickly, where I think maybe he wants to get out of Dodge, because maybe again, this is him and his hard, fast life. Just think of him back in the 80s, always snorting a bunch of coke and has had an addiction to Adderall. So, this is this fast movement through life, and maybe he is traveling. He is doing rallies, so that would make sense that he would be, doing a lot on a plane. But this string here could speak to he will be quickly seen as the big coward that wants to get out of Dodge because justice is coming for him. I think that's the short message. If you guys are short on time, maybe that's just the end of the reading. But I haven't looked at the cards on the bottom yet, so these are still over here. This does not have to be a strength card. It can just be his health. So health issues that have been kept secret. Of course, that's his mind that doesn't work well. And he absolutely has an addiction to anger and negativity. He's so just caught up in negative intentionality and negativity is just not even funny. So, but anyway, I think there's a health issue, and with this, maybe on one level, this is him just sweating all the time because he's just disgustingly angry. This gossiping or the secrets card, knights down here to every drop in the ocean is what this card says. So maybe this is his karma. I often look at the ocean to symbolize a person's soul. And I know a lot of you guys say he doesn't really have a soul. Well, everyone has a soul, but his is just completely clouded and crusted with negativity, you know. Yeah, these are interesting cards. Maybe what we're seeing here is that it's a heart issue, a heart health issue, because he's so tied up to negativity. And maybe there's on another level too, it's possible he has an overlarged heart, or maybe there's still some repercussions from COVID, because we do have to remember back when he got COVID, I think it was like October of, I forget, was it 20 or 2021? I can't remember. I just remember I used to do dailies on him at that time, and I remember seeing when it was that it would happen, and it did happen that week. I was like, wow. But what happened was, I mean, if it hadn't have been for Walter Reed Hospital and the crazy amount of steroids they pumped him up with, which does cause swelling. There could be health swelling. And that can be further exacerbated with travel. But anyway, he would have died because he had a bad case of it. He would not have made it through without all those drugs, I don't believe. So anyway, he may have some residual health issues from COVID because he did have such a bad case and he did have to receive so many drugs to get him through it. But then again, you know, he has such a strong will, and it's probably why. I mean, he's probably one of those kind of guys that if he weren't crazy and if he had not used so many drugs and took better care of his health, he could be one of those people that lived to be well into their hundreds, probably. I mean, the fact that he's still walking is surprising to me, but okay, so back to the cards here. He is going around the country acting like I think he thinks that he has some positive energy coming in, but it could be, what the cards could be saying here is that there's so much positive energy coming through the country that they don't like the anger anymore. And they're seeing him as really just a drop in a bucket or drop in the ocean, and maybe he's just lacking relevance around the country, and we don't, you know, we haven't noticed that before. With all the news about Fox, you know, the Fox, like especially Tucker Carlson, with him saying that he passionately hated Trump. So the secrets are out about that, about how Fox News hosts, the way they really felt about Trump. And Rupert Murdoch throwing the news anchors, not really news anchors, the liars, under the bus. This out card is really standing out to me. Like Fox News and the cowards of Fox News, they have not supported, with the truth that has come out, with the secrets that have come out to everyone. like the rainbow of texts that came out through social media. Here is what I'm seeing. It could be that there's some new ideas. There could be an abundance of ideas that other people are seeing. So maybe his base is shrinking, is the short answer here. Wow. It could be that people are waking up, or people are wanting more peace in their lives, because look what we have here. And it's also, the GOP and how against they are, any type of marriage equality or LGBTQ, all of that. And people are rising up against that. I mean, between marriage equality, LGBTQ issues, children in their education, high school students in their education, everything going on in Florida with DeSantis, the Fuhrer, right? And the GOP base, you would think that would be, and especially women's health, reproductive rights, and the HIPAA laws, things like that have been affected by the GOP, you would think that this would be pushing out people in droves towards either voting, well, hopefully they'd vote Democrat, because if you don't, you're just going to, you give the vote away to the wrong party. But I would think that they might be more registered independents and Democrats now. And in the primary, hopefully they would vote all Democrat, or as much, I'm thinking our numbers will increase for our Democratic Party. Especially with the crazies out there like Monistat Trader Green and Lauren Boobyhead. Ugh. So there's anger mixed up with peace. And there's chicken brain, I don't know, I like chickens myself, but let's just go with the name on this card here, which says cowardly actions mixed together with, these colors may very well just be red or blue, but mixed together around the country. And I think his experience this week is to be pushed out in a big way, and he's going to want to just get away. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that because, we do have the chicken card here. What's knighting to the Justice card is something huge coming in this week for him. And it does give support, connections to justice. So this has to do with all the cases that are, against him. I can't wait for Jack Smith or Merrick Garland to just say, okay, the documents case is done. And just pull him out because of the fact that he stole documents from the USA, and they probably have proof that he sold them. He stole them and sold them. So anyway, he's going to be experiencing a lot of anger that is going to affect his heart health. And his anger will somehow end up giving support to justice that needs to happen. The secrets that have come out will eventually bring some peace, maybe. I don't know if it would be peace to him, but maybe peace to others across the country, right? Because of this line here. There's a bunch of different ways we could read this. We could read, because we do have 7 here, this could be each day of the week, in these columns. You can also read across this way as a story, right? And you can also mirror the cards together from end to end, coming together, with the subject right in the center here. So we could be seeing some very positive energy that has that because of balance, that because of justice, right, with the Via card here. And maybe the cowards around the country will just, you know, I don't know, they can sit and stew or whatever. Maybe people are not so willing to be so pushy anymore. I mean, we have had 1,000 convictions from the insurrection. So there's that. And even though Fox News, via the coward Tucker Carlson, even though he has put out his take on January 6th, if anybody really wants to look, it's all true. People died. The violence is there. It's ridiculous what he has done to cherry pick little pieces. And of course now we know, just like we suspected, that that's how McCarthy got in, was that promise to give things away. Okay, so let's see, what else? Overseas travel, for sure. He has a network and people with ideas with overseas. So we're talking, Saudi Arabia. And he wants to get out in a huge way. And he is definitely intertwined with Saudi Arabia. So there's that. And I see that no matter what system I use, it seems to always come through just about every week. There's too much light and justice going on now that affects him, because when you're aligned with the dark forces, light is painful. So of course that is affecting his heart in a big way, and also the amount of food that he probably gets in every day. You know what I mean? We've got heart issues here that could be affecting him, maybe because he moves around too quickly and eats, crazy amounts of food. Maybe he'll choke. I don't know. But anyway, the secrets are out in a big way, and that is supporting justice. I can see that clearly here. I think that's about all I'm seeing with these cards. If you guys see anything that I missed, please drop in the comments. And Libby, you especially, this is your deck, and you know how it works the best. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Freedom card, but fear. So we have fear and anger, and then we have flippage and very confusing and convoluted frame of mind. Wow. Yeah. Let me try something fun. Like, what if, I've always wanted to do this, and I've never tried it. Hold on. Let me do this, because I still have the cards all spread out above me. Like, what if I would have just done like what most readers do and just draw the cards the way they come instead of from a fan? So if I did that, I'm taking the cards from the bottom, and here's how they're going to read. Let's try that just for fun. maybe we get a better answer this way. Him working hard, only to grift. Right? Remember, this is all for his ability to grift. Okay. So pretend that I just flipped the deck over and read from the bottom, or one side or the other, but this would be from the bottom. Okay, so if that's the case, then he has a big fat no coming in this week. He wants to be free from fear, but he knows people have been flipping on him like crazy. And he's confused. This would be his normal state of mind with his ADD and the fact that, all the drug use over all the years and continuing on. If you use uppers in the morning and downers at night, that plays havoc on your immune system and ability to eliminate and everything else. So there's that. He's definitely afraid about money coming in, especially in time. He's feeling empty. Everybody's saying no to the money. No money, no moss, no money. No, well, a small way to rebuild, but it would take too much hard work, and we know that he doesn't want to do that. Being struck down and feeling empty. Wait, let's read the four corners. Okay, there's a bullseye target that maybe is going to free us of him, which will be a big plus. And then, of course, there's a lot of light shining on it with the sun card here, revealing. And remember, we had the secrets card under there. Social media will be going nuts with somebody, because somebody might be flipping this week on him. And it's his karma, fate, destiny, of course, to be struck down. This could be a stroke. And look at that. Maybe it's a small stroke, but it puts him down completely. In the past, maybe he has had some small strokes that we don't even know about. I mean, his brain does not work right. I remember years ago, it was early 2020. Yeah. I sat down to do an empathing. I very, very, very rarely do it, but I wanted to figure out like how the energy in his body worked. So I sat down to do an empathing session, and I remember it's like the energy doesn't really ground. It's good that he golfs a little bit and moves around some, but for the most part, his energy doesn't ground down into his, all the way through his body. Instead, it comes in the back of his neck, like the limbic brain area, hits his third chakra, and then bings right back up through to the fifth, and it doesn't hit his fourth chakra, like the heart area was not open at all. And it just gave me this like lizard feeling, like the energy comes in and then shoots out his mouth. So that could be what this is here, because you can't function like that on a regular basis. So anyway, okay. Past, being struck down. He'll be struck down in the future, I'm sure. He's working hard for the money by trying to grift. He's trying to rebuild. But there's too much light out there, especially coming in the future, that will, because he's the target now. I mean, how many cases do we need on this guy? If he hadn't been president, he would have been locked up already. He would have been locked up years ago. Twice impeached president. Yeah. Then, of course, we still have the snail card here because we're, it's moving slowly. And then we have the evil card. Yeah, evil, stupid, slow. Feminine energies coming in that will transform. See, this is what I was feeling in the beginning. It's going to be the women who cannot stand the GOP. Oh, sorry, I've got messed up hands here. The GOP that is just trying to treat us like chattel. And of course they're wanting to do that. They're wanting no abortion. They're wanting no birth control. They're wanting to take everything away because, they want slaves for the future. It's like, what do you think this is? Handmaid's Tale? So there are more women voters, and there are so many intelligent men that want to protect the women, wives, sisters, whatever, nieces, that we're not standing for this bullshit anymore. We're just not. So anyway, you guys let me know what you get looking at these cards. Thank you. Bye.